Renaldo Cephas, Kasey Palmer, and Dujuan Richards. People, it is time to assess these three players on the Reggae Radar, because for me, they have given Jamaica that strong chance to qualify for the FIFA Men's World Cup, having seen that Jamaica is on top of their group. Now, people, I have something to confess. You see, before I play Bermuda, I went ahead to have a look on them, and them never look good in a man. Them never look good. They looked sick and helpless and ready to die, and they're dead.
This is the radar, reggae radar, tracking players from yard and abroad. Come take a watch, see your Premier 7, red 3 balance with 3 can. Red off with the top star, yellow off the balance on the back. Green with the soldier, if you step up we reach far. This just show you double war, none at all. Exist we raise the bar, live many sparks there. No serious but the bond then move on one way. Better stay far. Can't start when we are start. I feel aim for reach to start. I feel aim for reach to start.
Greetings and welcome to Premier 7, everyone. I am your host, Ryan Nelson, coming to you today with a very important video on the Reggae Radar. I mean, it has been a while since I haven't done any video on this particular segment, but I mean, the game against Bermuda gave me that hope, gave me that boost that the national team do have what it takes to qualify. And of course, I know some persons, even myself in mind, would be saying that Jamaica should have whipped Bermuda by even more than 4 goals. But guess what? The performance was on point. The performance was what we expected. And of course, it's time to dive into something important on the 3 players listed in a Renaldo Cephas, a Kasey Palmer, and a Dujuan Richards. Now, if you don't remember, the Reggae Radar is all about assessing players with the 3 cards. Who is on fire, who is holding it steady, and who is off the pace. I mean, people, I just want to say that this show is one that you should pay keen attention to, because I know that other persons have done videos on the Jamaica men's national team by way of reviewing the game. Some have uploaded the highlights, but on Premier 7, it is something different in entertainment style from yard. As you can see here, the topic of importance is Reggae Radar. Cephas, Palmer, and Richards analyzed Jamaica versus Bermuda World Cup Qualifiers 2025. The game that was played on Jamaican turf at Independence Park. It was one that I personally watched, and I thought that Jamaica could have done better. We could have scored 10 goals, but we went out there and we entertained the fans and we performed and we made ourselves that team to beat. 2 more games to go, and that will be against Trinidad and Tobago and Curacao. But let's leave that for later. Let's enjoy ourselves at this present moment. So, who should I talk about first? Should I talk about the player who is on fire, holding it steady, who is off the pace? Maybe it's not even the utilization of the 3 cards that you would have been expecting to see. But guess what, people? Before I dive into the video, if you're new to Premier 7, I'm kindly asking you to subscribe. Premier 7 is on the road to 3,000 subscribers. So, when you subscribe, Premier 7 will be more seen by other persons. And if you are already a subscriber, then you know what to do. Please go ahead and engage with the video. Also to share it so other persons can see what is taking place. Now I have my notes here in front of me, so sometimes my head will be going down, sometimes it will be going up. But back to base, the game that was being played at Independence Park was one that I would say Jamaica deserved to win. And I think you guys would have agreed. So because the game has passed, I gave myself some chance to settle down, assess the game, and ensure that whatever I'm going to put forward here will be fair enough for you guys to look into. The first on the list, Renaldo Cephas. 3 times this guy is featured on Reggae Radar. He's very consistent for this particular segment, and I think if he continues to do such for the Jamaica men's national team, then we would have a gem that deserves a chance elsewhere. So the fact is that he's playing in Russia, but all I care about right now is to talk about how well he's doing for Jamaica, because the World Cup is the dream. As what Faith Fair would say, World Cup 26 we are land, yeah, the team strong, tell them believe the man. So Renaldo Cephas, by way of my own assessment, he tormented Bermuda defense line, especially the right back in Mr. Donowa. Cephas, of course, everybody's talking about him, not only today, but long before that. His pace is different. He has relentless pace. It is hard to catch him. And he did so by way of being very much clever and sharp. His instinct was on point and his execution was on point. This guy created damage against Bermuda. By the 17th minute, he blew past Jay Donawa, that is the right back as well, whipped in a dangerous cross, and he nearly set up, I think, Bobby Reed for the opening goal. But the captain, he was the man who was standing tall at the moment to clear that ball, which then went to Kasey Palmer, who took his chance, whipped it, but it hit the side net and it went out for a goal kick. But Jamaica started off very well. Still on Cephas here. I think a few minutes later, or 5 minutes later, he almost scored himself after a timing run from a perfectly executed pass from Kasey Palmer, who was running deep. He saw Cephas run, boom, on the right. Cephas had more pace than the right back again in the Noah. And Cephas, his angle was good. He took his shot on the keeper. It was saved by keeper Eve. But of course, that showed that Cephas was on a mission to score for the national team. Then came the 25th minute. Jamaica would have been 1-0 up before because of an own goal by the captain of Bermuda. But Cephas was the man with his quick feet, his power. He forced the defense to try and stop him, but they scrambled, and he whipped in across in the box. He was in the box as well. Here comes Bobby Reed. Boom! 2-0. That was absolutely on point. That was brilliant. And before the half closed off, Cephas again, he turned provider, assisting Shamar Nicholson to cap off with a brilliant goal. And people may not lie, I dreamt the night before that Shamar Nicholson scored. I think it was a case that I was thinking too much on the national team and was stressed that Curacao defeated us. Thank God this game came to fruition and we did what we had to do. And Nicholson scored very composed goal. Cephas could have influenced the game some more. In the second half, he danced past 2 players, turned into the box or ran into the box, took his shot, but it was wide. He was off balance. But his His involvement in the game was spot on. He was playing very well. Now, people, which card will I give to Cephas? Which card? I mean, for impact, 8 out of 10. Execution is dynamic and direct. Based on my eye test, he looked confident, expressive, relentless. Chemistry, excellent with Palmer and Reed. Body language, focused and fearless. I sound like one book academy. No. The fact is that Cephas, he took the spotlight for this week. And leading from the wing, he stand out for Jamaica. People, Renaldo Cephas, brother, another red card. Me, I beg you, just do the basics right, my brother, and you will be featured time and time again on the Reggae Radar. People, if you're loving the content, please go ahead and smash a like on the video because Renaldo Cephas are running road red. We need for him to do the same thing or even better when the nitty-gritty game is to be played against Trinidad. We want that 3 points, and then hopefully we can do the same against a Curacao. Because me have them up, Yeah, man. Now, Kasey Palmer. I think Kasey Palmer is now becoming a fan favorite. We know Kasey Palmer have that time when he had chips, but I mean, I don't know what really blend into him in that game, but he was on the ball a lot. He was linking up the plays quite well. He was really involved. He stood out. He wanted to play the game. He did not play the entire minute, but I mean, Kasey Palmer was that player that I was impressed with. I mean, he was one of those players that you can say he was outstanding. And not only myself watched and said the same thing about Kasey Palmer. When I even looked on Knocking's YouTube page when he was interviewing one of that gentleman from Tottenham Hotspurs, he was saying that Kasey Palmer was outstanding. So I don't think myself is the only one who saw that Kasey Palmer was doing well. And the fact is that when the midfield plays well, then you know that more so the game will be won. And I've learned something because I went to play some football in Ocherius, I think some Sundays ago. And the coach that was playing with myself and others, he said that when the game is playing right, the DM is the person who is being ignored. That shows that even though Kasey Palmer wasn't the DM, he was a part of the midfield. His link with Bobby Reed and Isaac Hayden proved how important his role was as a proper midfielder. He was calm under pressure, smart between the lines, and vital in his transition. He started strong, delivering dangerous free kick. I mean, remember that I think 360 turn that he made, conceded a free kick that was from Bermuda's own fault. He took that free kick, it was direct, and the captain, boom, in the net. Not our captain, because our captain is Andre Blake. He was in the goal. The captain of Bermuda, he was unfortunate, or he could not do anything than to just try to clear the ball, but the ball was too good enough on his head. The keeper was planted, keeper Eve was planted, and the ball was just in the back of net. That was when the first goal was scored. Minutes later, I mean, he basically created something beautiful, like a link-up play between Shamar Nicholson and Kyle Dixon. Kyle Dixon played good. I mean, for a youngster, he played satisfying, of course. In that case, 1-2 between himself and Shamar Nicholson. He sat the defender on his ass, took his shot, Eve again, ball hit the crossbar for a corner. But that was absolutely a well-weighted pass from Kasey Palmer to find Shamar Nicholson, who gave it to Kyle Dixon, who was unfortunate to not score. I mean, of course, minutes later again, well, not minutes later, I think I mentioned it before that his pass to Cephas was on point as well, whereas Cephas could have scored in the first half, but the goalkeeper in Eve, who had a good game despite conceding several goals, Cephas was not being given that chance to score. Now, Palmer link-up play with Cephas and Reed kept Jamaica ticking. His decision-making was composed and his movement gave others the freedom to express themselves. Yes, I understand that it should have been a walk-in-the-park game for Jamaica, but momentum is being built up on, and that is what we're looking for from the national team. Now, which card should Kasey Palmer get? You want to give me a drum roll? Which card? Impact 7 out of 10 involvement, always available. Execution smart, efficient, mature. Eye test, smooth and technically secure. Chemistry, great understanding with the front line. Body language, composed, confident, and in control. Palmer was truly the connector for the national team. I don't think he played the entire game, balancing the game with his flair and control. Kasey Palmer, he holded it steady. He holded it steady. Big up yourself, Kasey Palmer. Now, for the man from Chelsea in a Dujuan Richards, he came on with another cameo. He was miles ahead of the players from Bermuda. I think if no one believes that Jamaica can make it to the World Cup, I think that this guy is the one that we can believe in. He's a nonchalant type of player based on what I have seen. He really doesn't care about anything than just to come, perform, go home. That's it. Get the job over with. No bother chatting, no bother wasting the time. Get the job done. We win the game, we go home. Came off the bench in the 62nd minute. He brought calmness to the game. He showed class, and he finished the job. Remember, he also scored a wonderful goal. He dribbled past about 4 players, inclusive of midfielders as well. And that was in the 76th minute. That was a solo goal. Whisper was doing such from school days, but his game improved when he went to Chelsea in the academy. He was injured as well, but they continued to nurture and manage his talent. He will be that man that Jamaica can rely on to beat Trinidad and even Curacao. We have other players, but outstanding players. This youngster is one, not only for now, but also for the future. That goal showed that he was, even before the goal, he looked very confident. He controlled the game. He was very matured. And I mean, boy, what more can we say about Whisper Richards? The talent is there, the ability has improved, and he is that man that I believe that we should say thank God for Craig Butler, who made this guy a world star. Now, nothing much to say about Whisper, but based on how I watched him in the game, others played before him, but when he came onto the pitch, he changed the game. And in life, when you're a game changer, when you're a changer of things, then you can become a legend. Isn't that the case? So, which card should I give to Dujuan Richards? The man from Chelsea, of course. Barnayard. Impact score 7 out of 10. Execution clean and clinical. Eye test composed effort. Less efficient chemistry. Instant link up with Palmer and Nicholson. Body language calm but confidence. Typical Whisper. Mr. Nonchalant. Chelsea developed this guy into a massive player. He is good in terms of cameo. Hoping that he'll be fit enough to even start games because it will be different against Trinidad and Curacao. So for Whisper Richards, holding it steady. Just imagine if he did start, man. Just imagine if he did start. People, I had to come on board with this very important video on Reggae Radar. We can't allow for this segment today because it is what the entertainment, the vibe, and the spice do comes from, but in a fair and honest way when I assess the team. Now, this game is out of the way. It's behind us. And we as Jamaican fans, I don't think we are carried away by the Bermuda performance. But we have to enjoy the moment while it lasts. But we are not to be a team of moment, but a team of consistency, a team that will execute and perform rapidly well so that we can breeze our way into the World Cup. We should have been on 12 points, 4 from 4, but we have 3 from 4. On top of the table with 9 points. Curacao is right behind us, so we have to go out here and win the rest of the game. So, people, remember, Premier 7 is on the road to 3,000 subscribers. It is for you now. Let me know what you think about the channel. You subscribe, of course, be engaged, but also be involved with the community, because the topic here was all about Cephas, Palmer, and Richards being assessed or analyzed. Jamaica versus Bermuda. I think this is the last person to review the game against Jamaica and Bermuda, but it's like ending a relay. You need a use in both. That is who I am. So, people, you all take care. Let me know what you think. Goodbye and take care until we meet again.